Hi, this is Sean. So today's video is going to be about watches and wonders and what came out and other kind of watch fairs. I'm really tired today, don't I? I got dermatitis around my eyes. Perhaps that's it. I don't know what you guys think about these kind of watch fairs, but I find them really kind of pointless these days. A lot of them, anyway, because it's just the same things being recycled again and again. And it kind of, I think for me, it lessens the impact of new watches because every year there's just kind of infinitesimal changes and you don't kind of even notice that a new watch is coming out because it's almost evolving gradually over 20 years, whatever. And I think in a sense, that's probably a good thing for the products. But do we have to kind of have a fair that goes, whoa, there's all these new watches that have come out because they're not really new in a lot of cases. What do you think? Tell me in the comments what you think about that. To be honest, I'm probably going to contradict that statement with a video that I'm going to make right after on a watch that's been released. So, what do I know? But I'm just looking down at my phone and seeing what has come out. The most recent video I made was on one of the most recent anyway, was on the Rolex Explorer. I'm wearing that now. And I haven't really changed my mind based on watches and wonders. I like Rolex as a company and their watches, but it's difficult to get excited about a new bezel color or going back to an old bezel color or a 0.5 millimeter change in size or something silly like that. Again, perhaps I'm being really cynical, but maybe that's what I'm like as a person. I don't know. You'll have to make that decision based on what's in the channel. Tell me if you've got a new favorite model that's come out in watches and wonders. I've noticed a couple of Cartier things. There's a Tank Mini apparently now, which is like a really small Tank Louis Cartier, which is cool. I think I was reading something on Instagram the other day, and it was kind of the same thing about all this. Small watches are cool and things like that. We have to I say the companies always take it to the extremes. You've either got ridiculous 57 millimeter watches, or you've got a Tank Mini, which obviously it's not designed for a man anyway. Watches don't have a gender, but I wouldn't wear a very, very, very tiny watch because it wouldn't look good in my opinion. But yeah. And apart from that, I've really not seen anything that's taken my fancy, apart from a watch that I'm going to make a video about just after this. Rolex. So yeah, I mean, it's the same old really. If you're interested in Rolex, and particularly if you've got a massive collection, you do buy the new models as they come out and things like that. This will interest you. For others, they kind of maybe look the same as the initial and preceding models. So there's a new DMT. It's got a grey and black ceramic bezel. I don't know what the name of that is. I'm hopeless with these bezel colours because I'm colourblind as well. So I'm familiar with the Coke and the the Batman and things like that. But I don't know whether it corresponds to one of these names because I'm colourblind. It strikes me as you can get it on a Jubilee or on an oyster bracelet. I forgot the name of an oyster bracelet for a second, which is worrying. Someone who likes watches. It seems like the same model as the one that was flipped around with the crown on the other side, which looked really strange. But again, it's a GMT Master. It just looks the same as the other ones that have come out recently. Difficult to get excited about, but I do love GMT Masters. I particularly of the latest models, I like the two-tone because I think Rolex models now They look better if you go for bling, because the bog standard stainless steel models are too blocky. I just don't like them. Whereas the blingy ones I think look better. Then you've got some new day dates. They look like day dates. Yeah, again, they have a different. They have diamonds on the bezel, and they look like day dates. Yeah. So there's a 36mm, a new blue green dial, first time ever apparently. And I knew well, I say new because it's the oldest but the newest model at the same time. The Perpetual 1908 is given a rethink, an icy blue dial. It's a nice watch. It's a dress watch. So it's not a Rolexy Rolex, if you like. It's really nice. I mean, it looks like it's got it's not got a Mercedes hand. It's got a Mercedes hand with kind of the Mercedes cut out. I do like it, but if I was buying a dress watch, I wouldn't buy a Rolex. But I think that one's going to be popular, and it seems to be that people like that watch. There's a deep sea in solid gold. So if you want a ridiculously big, ridiculously capable dive watch, but you want it in gold, here's the watch to buy. There's a new Daytona. I think they've gone with kind of a ultra mega bling. So diamonds around the 36 brilliant cut white diamonds, and then a mother of pearl dial, diamond dots, and it's cool. Well, it's not to my taste actually, but it's always popular. The Daytona. There's a new Sky Dweller, and again, looks like a Sky Dweller. In precious metal with a Jubilee for the first time. So I think in terms of watches, can anyone tell me what are these furs for? It must cost the watch companies, the people who go to them, things like that, quite a lot of money in terms of marketing, and in terms of writing about the products and filming about the products and things like that. And then obviously there's the availability thing and people can't buy them, so what's the point in marketing them? I don't really see the point. If you're just going to rehash and re-release a slightly different version of the same model every year, perhaps if they move to every 5 years or something like that, because then you might get a new product. But yeah, I'm unsure. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. And yeah, in terms of Rolex, I'm kind of over it a little bit. But yeah, maybe that's just me. So. And if you have seen a particular watch, I'm just looking at the best models, released in Watches and Wonders. For me, there's only one watch which has kind of caught my eye, and which I'm probably not going to buy because I do not have any money. But that would be the one I would buy if I was to buy a watch from this. So I'm just flicking through some of these watches. Oh, there's a new an Ellipse, Patek Philippe, with a chain bracelet, a gold chain bracelet. That's really nice. I really like the Ellipse. Is it called the Ellipse or the Eclipse? The Ellipse. But obviously it's something that I'd never be able to afford, so it's pretty pointless getting my hopes up about it. But it is a lovely watch. A vintage one would be great, but even those are outside my price range. I'm gonna skip over the watch that I'm about to make a video of, and if you can guess what it is, tell me in the comments. It's probably pretty obvious. There's a Tag Heuer Skipper in gold, which is interesting. It's like the Tudor Black Bay 58 in gold. Like, who's buying that? I don't get it. Who would want a Tudor Black Bay in 18 karat gold? Surely if you've got the money for a Tudor Black Bay in 18 karat gold, you'd want a Rolex. But anyway, again, maybe I'm being cynical. Cartier Tour 2, time only. I've got to be honest, I'm a massive, humongous, mega, gargantuan fan of Cartier, and I did not know that the Tour 2 was not time only anyway. The Tour 2 is a lovely watch, and I actually made a video about it 2 videos ago about a particular singer who wore a Tour 2. I'm looking at a picture of the Tour 2 here on somebody's wrist, and it looks too big. So yeah, make of that what you will. I'm sorry if these videos come across as quite moaning. That's not what I intend. The Piaget Polo date. With a rubber strap. I like the Polo, the Piaget Polo. If you've not seen it, it looks quite similar to like a Nautilus, and it's that kind of vibe. So it's kind of a luxury sports watch. I don't think, I could be wrong and correct me in the comments if I am, I don't think it was designed by Gerald Genta. So I think it may have been kind of to ride on the coattails of the popularity of the Nautilus, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Gucci, a Gucci watch. Brutalism. Is it quartz? I think it is. It's not really to my taste. It looks a little bit like a Bulgari Octo. So yeah, whether you buy a Gucci to replace that is another matter. A strange utilitarian looking Hublot Big Bang in 38mm. Mentioning the Octo Finissimo, there's a thin only, another thin one. Let's see, it's 1.7mm. That's really amazing. Piaget and Bulgari continue to duke it out for the title of slimmest mechanical watch ever. Bulgari took it apparently. 1.7mm is really thin. The only thing I think about, I think this is my key, and I'm pretty sure that that's thicker than the watch. It's weird wearing the watch. I like the idea of really thin watches, but I don't like the way they were. They were too thin. I think a watch needs a bit of heft to it to make it wear correctly, for me. Yeah, so that's just my run through of Watches and Wonders. It's a bit of a moany, kind of ranty one, I guess, so I apologise for that. But I used to get, when I first got into watches, I used to get quite excited about these things and like, whoa, what models are going to be released and what models are going to be discontinued and things like that. And it got to the stage where it almost felt like Rolex were deliberately trying to increase and decrease the value of certain models and things like that. And sorry, coffee. And then it got to the stage when it was hard to get interested in models not really changing at all. And also the fact that you couldn't really buy them in a lot of cases. But tell me what you think about Watches and Wonders and about Rolex and about any new models that you've come into contact with that are interesting. As I've said, the Tank Mini is something that I came across as well. But it's tiny. It's literally tiny. It's 16.5 millimeters width, which is a lot smaller than my tank, and my tank for a lot of people is a small watch. I imagine it's designed for women. There are no genders to watches, and the idea of a watch being a woman's watch or a man's watch is a bit silly, really. But I wouldn't wear that particular watch. So yeah. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. If you like the channel, please do subscribe. I really like it when people subscribe. It shows that they like the videos. And hit me in the comments with your thoughts and opinions. Thanks very much. Bye bye.